April 16th, 1980. Ike, before I say what I have to say, I just want to tell you that this is not an ordinary fan letter or anything like that, as you will soon see. Another thing is that sometimes, most of the time I should say, this letter might be a bit confusing. Third thing is, some of the things I say might sound a little strange, but they aren't meant to be. There's just no other way to say it. Last thing is that I just want to make sure you know this isn't a joke. I'm serious.
When I was in junior high, I wrote a book about this kid who gets mysteriously transported to this distant planet with all these crazy creatures. And the story was basically how he got back to Earth. And I'd planned to turn it into an animated movie one day. That whole idea started with a series of drawings I did at the beginning of 7th grade. Ever since I was really young, I loved to draw. That was my passion.
My brother Dion was always a really creative, artistic individual and kind of dorky.
I was a little bit of a loner as a kid, but I soon realized that being able to draw was a good way to win friends.
I think kids that have a knack for drawing tend to use it to communicate or connect with other people.
If someone comes up to you and says, "Draw me a spaceship," and you draw a spaceship, it's kind of like a magic trick almost. My favorite thing to draw was weird creatures, space aliens, whatever I was obsessed with at the moment.
He would get obsessed about things and just totally be obsessed for a while and then move on to something else. It was dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Super into dinosaurs as a kid.
Comic books. Planet of the Apes.
Star Wars.
Tolkien.
Ike Eisenman.
Ike Eisenman.
Ike Eisenman.
Ike Eisenman.
Ike Eisenman was pretty prevalent in our middle school years because Dion was ready to have him star in his movie.
At the beginning of 7th grade, I had study hall in an English teacher's classroom. And on the doorway of that room, there was a poster advertising this animated version of The Hobbit. And I was just mesmerized by it. I would stare at it as I went into study hall. And one day, I didn't have anything to do, so I drew this little character that was basically a hobbit. And the next day, I drew this crazy creature, big teeth and bulgy eyes. And then the next day, I drew another one.
And soon I drew more and more, until one day I wove 2 of them into a story for English. And that story grew until almost 2 years later it became a whole book. I have 31 pages of notes for it, and I'm starting to write the 2nd chapter, even though I'll probably have to rewrite it after I get out of college.
So before long, I had a whole collection of these drawings, and I kept them in this 3-ring binder.
He's carrying around 20 books already from class to class, plus this binder. And the binder went everywhere.
Dion would come to the art room every day with a 3-ring binder, and it was crammed with drawings, and he continued to build and build and build and build in that book.
As I drew a new character, I'd make up some way that it fit into the story.
It was definitely an epic at that point. I mean, it kept going and going and going.